Welcome to the dreaded farmland. But it's not that bad. We've got the R5 version of farmland, which is pretty damn good. And today we have a Mao International Tournament game with Dandy Warhol on the Japanese team, who I'll be spectating, up against the wall, the sandbag queen, Takissakkis, on the Commonwealth team. And I'm sure everyone from the Mountain Blade Australian community will be going for Mr. Rebounds here, a fairly new Men of War player, but showing a bit of talent, as Takissakkis is known for his extreme defense and is, I think, the favourite to win this one, as he's got definitely got the experience behind him. As we see Dandy splitting his force into three in a nice combination, but is lacking the centre push here. At the start of the game, you should really rush your guys in the centre and even move guys behind here. It's very low risk. You just basically play a grenade ball here. A bit slow to move here. Takissakkis hasn't actually moved in here, so Danny has an opportunity to go to the eastern side there, as in the west. Nice sneaky move by a sneaky little capper there by Mr. Dandy. Runs away, scared of the grenades then perhaps, as Takissakkis is moving some guys to good positions of cover. That's one reason why this side is actually better on this area here. The only way you can cap is from down here. As Takissakkis is capping from that sneaky position over there. As on the western side here, Dandy manages to get a foothold here, with Takis only sending a few guys here, and he's got a few more guys behind here, which could possibly move up in a bit more advantageous positions in forward line. As another option here for the centre, Dandy could do is really a horrible thing to do, and maybe showing Dandy's lack of experience there, putting an MG right next to the greenhouse there, especially because these greenhouses can easily collapse from small arms fire and crush the person next to it. As Assault Squad leader could just throw a grenade in this hole here and then cap through this house here. That's actually one thing I like to do quickly, because this basically prevents your enemy from basically getting this flag, or it allows you to get a person there, because when you grenade this area here and run in there, you'll get there before him, and he can't run in the house without getting shot. But Hagao here, showing the Japanese's early superiority, I suppose, in vehicles, as it can pretty much now take out anything except for being wary about the AT rifle. Needs to be careful here. There's actually not much line of sight at the moment, as the eastern flag has been taken back by Takis here, and Hagao here is not doesn't have much to shoot at, because there's no one actually looking for this Hagao. This Hagao is basically a loner right now in the middle of nowhere. There's a pack of wolves everywhere here, and not one person, not one infantryman around. So Dandy's showing a bit of inexperience, especially the AT rifle, especially versus Takissakkis. I would not do this. I'm waiting for that AT rifle. I'm not too sure why it's not there, but he comes down to the centre here. Takis has already got a guy inside the house here. Quite interesting how you can actually see that through that window there, as the Hagao is coming to support this area here. Takis has gone running, the militiamen all running and carrying, but Dandy's only got one assault rifleman here as well. He needs to start moving in some guys from the centre and assist the Hagao from line of sight here. So a bit of rushing play, but nice shooting here. He's choosing the right targets. AT rifle has revealed itself. It may struggle to get it on the side here, but does so very nicely with the boys. 55 MK1 there. Takes it out, Mr. Takis, and stops that Hagao in its tracks. Definitely needed to use that Hagao much more carefully, in my opinion, or if it wasn't being careful, need to actually run even one infantryman down the tracks. Better to suicide one infantry guy that's worth 10 points, other than losing a Hagao at 180 points, as Dandy is trying to cap through this position here. As I said again, a grenade would be awesome down here, and would quite easily reveal this guy in the centre, and the guys, you can just shoot him to death, and you just run in there and capture that easily. As a little sneaky cap from very Dandy there, very Dandy-like, this guy. Doesn't look Japanese at all. Never noticed that. It's not Japanese. And a machine gunner coming here from Dandy. Single buy here, interesting there. Doesn't actually need a machine gunner at this stage on this side here. Machine gunner is probably better to hold a flag, so if anything, I'll put the machine gunner right on this wall here, which would basically support this hold of the flag and stop Takis from actually capping it, as these other flags, it's not going to do much but suppress for the meantime. He may get impact here actually, because the militiamen are down the track here. If he just runs down here quickly, down that sandbag, he'll be able to pin these guys down, and then he can run up through, throw grenades over, and dispatch them quite easily. As an MG buy here from Dandy Warhol. I condone these buys actually at the very start here, because these things are easily countered by anything in the start game. Like at half track, you can just run it over, and you might as well just buy a 20mm, which is a little bit more expensive, or just go a Hagao with the Japanese. So not too sure. Questionable buy there by Dandy, as Takis is pushing for the 3 cap here, showing he has definitely changed his play, Takis, or maybe because he's playing, I guess, not a very experienced player, he can have the luxury of doing this, capping multiple flags and being able to out-micro the opponent. Sometimes he does struggle out-microing the microest of players, if that's a word, as Takis is moving the Assault Squad as well down to the eastern side here. And in other news, I've just defeated the Man-Flu in an epic battle last night, and I woke up feeling much better, so still a little bit sick there, so hopefully it doesn't affect this cast, but anyway, Man-Flu is something to be wary of in the Australian winter, as a 3 cap is approaching. 68 here, 69, almost, it is actually got the 3 cap already, it was just actually ticking down before. As 24 to 0, points are ticking up really fast now, as it's going to 50 because Mr. Rebounds is on here watching. As you can see there, as predicted, the half track runs it over like it is nothing more than an ant and squashes it. Whoa! Oh, hits the house though. Oh no! It hit the actual railing on the side there, and at least it ran over one paratrooper there, but loses its life in the process. As now Dandy has a bit of initiative now, but it's the MG of the machine gunner, or the MG of the machine gunner kind, of the regular squad kind, I believe, or a single buy there of the Bren kind. As paratroopers here facing off, who can win? The Enfield or the the Enfield is taking out the paratroopers of the regular squad. That won't be able to secure it though, because there's a few more guys here. As Mr. Dandy is going a whole eye. Ooh, interesting there. This is the SPG variety of the Japanese tank. Can shoot in an arc and shoots HE units, but not really needed at this stage, especially in a map like this. It's not very hilly. You don't really need something that can shoot in an arc, and it won't be able to kill things. So questionable buy there again by Dandy, showing his inexperience once again, as it's pounding away here, doing slight damage, but it's quite a micro-intensive unit, and also its payoff is quite slow unless you can take out a big unit such as a Flak 88, or a 3.7 or 6 pounder or an Olicon. There's nothing of the sort in this area here. So what Takis would definitely be ideal for Takis is to buy a tank and just take it out, and that will just neutralize everything. And the tank is basically going to be invincible to anything on the field right now, because he knows that he just spent the money on the Ho-Ni Ho-I, not the Ho-Ni, and he won't be able to afford a counter for that tank. So nothing very strong on the field really. This tank is going to be too slow to make an impact here. It's going to just shoot at infantry and miss probably most of the time. As here comes a tank, nice buy by Mr. Takis, predicted that, and will be able to counter that very sufficiently. And this game looks like to be a severe rout here, as basically Takis is showing his experience and Dandy is not, and maybe that's why Mountain Blade players should stick to FPS games, because that's where all the noobs play. In fact, just kidding, as we know that's not true, because Mr. Ozzygold is showing that he's a Mountain Blade player but also very skilled. But Dandy, I guess, hasn't played as much as Mr. Ozzygold is late, probably a bit more, I guess, casual in his play, and doesn't have an ambition to actually win this possibly. As there it goes. So GG. Very, I guess you can say outright, just bad buys by Mr. Dandy, and that's really about it. Bad buys, and nice play by Takis, being able to out-micro his opponent and showing he's not just a defensive queen, he can also be an attacking princess, in fact. As there goes the SSD, and it's pretty much over here, and good luck in the next game. This is the first game of the best out of 2. And second game, they'll be swapping sides, and I'll be spectating Mr. Takissakkis on the German team, which will be his favourite team, and hopefully won't be a bit of a rout as this one is. So good game to both.